Hello, good morning students. So in previous lecture, we have seen to find out the oxidation number of metal atom or ion present in the complex compound and how to write the complex. So let us go ahead. Next is double salt and coordination compounds. Now here double salts and coordination compounds. A combination of two or more stable compounds in stoichiometric ratio can give two types of substances, that is double salts and second coordination complex. What is double salt? See, double salt is also a complex compound. Complex means here multimolecular compound, but it is in stoichiometric ratio. So when this double salt dissociates in water, it dissociates completely in simple ions. For example, Mohr salt is example of double salt. FeSO4, NH4 twice SO4, 6H2O. This is the Mohr salt. When it dissolves into water, it gives or it dissociates Ap plus 2 ions, 2 NH4 plus ions and 2 sulfate ions, to SO4 2 minus, that is sulfur ion, in the solution in aqueous medium. Got it? So all of its ions are simply get dissociate, simply get separated. Second example, carnallite. KCl, MgCl2, 6H2. When this complete complex, complete compound, or it is double salt, salt which is made up of two metal ions, potassium and magnesium. So when it dissolves into water, it gives K plus Mg plus 2 aqueous plus 3Cl minus aqueous. Means all of its ions get dissociated, separated. Okay. Coordination complex. In this coordination complex, there is also metal ion bonded with ligand and another counter ion. So when this coordination complex dissolves into water, it dissociates with at least one complex ion and another counter ion. So we are known with this complex ion. Complex ion means the ions are square bracket having positive or negative charge, that is complex ion, and inside the square bracket there is metal bonded with the ligands. Okay, so this is complex ion and counter ion. So both get separated, means one of is after dissociation, one is complex ion and second is counter ion. For example, K3FeCN6, when it dissociates in water, it gives 4K plus aqueous, that is counter ions, and this is complex, which is written in square bracket FeCN6 square bracket raised to 4 minus. This is complex ion, means coordination compounds when dissolved into water, complex ion and counter ion, they get dissociated, they get separated. And what happens here in double salts? Double salts, they gives dissociation of all simple ions. Okay, so this is the basic difference between double salt and coordination complex. Now classification of complexes. Classification of complexes. First way of classification is on the basis of types of ligands. First, homoleptic complex, and second, heteroleptic complex. See, what is homoleptic complex? The complex compound which has only one type of ligands surrounded to central metal atom or ion is called as homoleptic complex. See example, cobalt in square bracket, cobalt NH36 square bracket raised to plus 3. So this is complex ion when there is charge on square bracket. Square bracket is nothing but it is coordination sphere. So this is complex ion. It may be cation or it may be anion. FeCN6 raised to 4 minus. But here inside this square bracket, all ligands are ammonia, 6NH3. And here in this second example, all ligands are cyanide. All 6 ligands are cyanide. Okay. So when all ligands are same, identical, then such complex is called as homoleptic complex. Now, heteroleptic complex. So you can get idea about this. The complex in which different types of ligands are surrounded to central metal atom or ion. Ligands are different, not identical. So cobalt NH34 Cl2 means 4 ammonia and 2 chlorine ligands. 4 ammonia and chlorine 2. In this second example, NH3 2 and chlorine 2. Ligands are different. Ammonia also and chlorine also. Ammonia and chlorine. So this type of complex is known as heteroleptic complex. Hetero means different. Homo means similar, identical. Similar ligands, and here different type of ligands bonded or surrounded to central metal. Now classification, second type of classification, it is on the basis of charge on the complex. First, cationic complex. A positively charged coordination sphere is called cationic complex. So coordination sphere having positive charge. or when you see this example, in this example, when it dissolve, it gives SO4 2 minus, counter ion SO4 2 minus. So obviously it has two positive charges. So the coordination sphere having positive charge is called cationic complex. Anionic complex, a negatively charged coordination sphere is called anionic complex. So this coordination sphere having two negative charges. So this is anionic. Or this example, K3FeCN6. K3FeCN6. So when this compound, now this is compound because it is along with counter ion and coordination sphere. So when it dissociate in water, 3K plus, so this complex coordination sphere having three negative charges. So coordination sphere with negative charge is called anionic complex. And neutral sphere complex. A neutral coordination complex does not possess positive or negative charge on coordination sphere. Tetracarbonyl nickel. So no charge is there. Pt NH3 twice Cl2. So on this coordination sphere, there is no charge, no negative, no positive charge. So this is neutral sphere complex. Now here we have to study the IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compound. So by IUPAC rules, it will become easy. It becomes easy to name the coordination complex, coordination compound. So first is names of complex compound. Compound, complex compound means which contains counter ion as well as coordination sphere. The name of cation is mentioned first, followed by the name of anion. So we know that in complex compound, counter ion, if on maybe on left side and complex on the right side, or complex on the left side or counter ion on the right side. So in this complex compound, cation is mentioned first, followed by the name of anion. So just in this bracket, in this table, the formula is given. First indicate cation, then anion. Okay. Now, so it will clear from this example. K3FeCN6. So this is square bracket and outside the square bracket K3. So this is potassium. When it dissociate, it gives 3K plus. So cation and complex having negative charge 3 minus. So this is cation and this is anion. So according to formula, we have to mention cation first. So potassium, there are 6 cyanide and central metal is Fe, potassium hexacyanoferrate, and this is oxidation state of Fe. That is Fe having +3 oxidation state. Okay, so and you know how to calculate the oxidation state of Fe. So here 3 positive charges and 3 negative charges. So this charge on complex ion is algebraic sum of oxidation state of Fe plus 6 into oxidation state or 6 into charge on cyanide ligand. So X plus 6 into -1 is equal to -3. That is X is equal to +3. And that +3 we are writing in bracket in parenthesis. Okay. Same way K4FeCN6. Simple. Mention cation first, hexacyanoferrate, and oxidation state of Fe is +2. So that calculation, that determination of oxidation state of central metal, that we have idea how to calculate it. But naming the complex compound, mention first cation followed by the anion. If the anion is complex, so it has certain rules, and later on we'll come to know how to write the names of cationic or anionic complexes. Okay. So first point, naming the complex compound. Second is naming the complex ion. Now that complex ion may be complex cation, or maybe anionic complex, or maybe non-ionic complex. These 3 types already we have studied. So when the complex is cation, so what is the formula or how to write its name? See, it is given here simply. It is named by naming ligand and then metal ion, and then metal ion. The oxidation state of metal ion is written next to metal ion in Roman within the parenthesis followed by word ion. So we have to first write name of ligand, then metal ion, then oxidation state of metal ion in parentheses, and at last the word ion. So it is formulated as ligand, then metal, its oxidation state, and the word ion. Okay, so before writing the name of complex compound or complex ions, we must know how to calculate the oxidation state of metal present in that complex. Okay, now here this cationic complex is given. The complex, the square bracket having positive charge, so it is cationic complex. So we will follow this formula. So in this compound, 4 ligands, ammonia. So tetraamine. This tetraamine is ligand. 4 ammonia. 4 amines are there. So tetraamine. Which is central metal? Copper. So mention copper. Now its oxidation state. After metal we are writing in bracket the oxidation state. Now what is the oxidation state? See, this charge on coordination sphere is the sum of Oxidation state of copper plus 4 into oxidations, 4 into charge on ammonia. So this is unknown. So it is X plus 4 into 0. X plus 0 is equal to plus 2. So oxidation state of copper is 2, which is written in Roman, in parenthesis, in bracket, and last word ion. So what is the name? Tetraamine copper 2 ion. Why ion? Because this is ion. This complex is ion. Whatever it may be, positive ion or negative ion, their name should be ended with word ion. So here also. Okay. Now see anionic complex. That is complex which having negative charge. Its name, its IUPAC name, we are going to write. It is named by naming first ligands, followed by metal's name, ending with suffix ATE. Ending with suffix ATE. Metal, it should be changed as metallate. Metal to metallate. So it is only in case of anionic complex, because in cationic complex we write the name of metal as it is, copper to copper, nickel, nickel, Fe, ferrum. But when the complex is negative, then the suffix ate should be given at the end of metal. Copper, then copperate, cuprate, nickel, nickelate, ferrum, ferrate. Okay, in this way. And in parenthesis, oxidation state followed by the word ion. See this formula. Ligand, first indicate the ligand. So whatever may be ligand present, number of times, if 2 times, then use suffix di, 3 times, then use tri, tetra, in this way. So as like here, there are 4 ammonia, so we have written tetraamine. So ligand should be indicated with their proper number. Ligand, metallate, oxidation state in parentheses, in bracket, and at last the word ion. So in this cationic, ligand, metal, oxidation state, ion. Here ligand, metallate, oxidation state, and word ion. See the example in square bracket, ZnCl4 2 minus. So anionic complex, square bracket having negative charge, so it is anionic complex. Ligands are chlorine, tetrachloro, zincate, metal is zinc, so zincate, oxidation number 2, ion. So again see calculation of oxidation number. The sum of oxidation state of zinc plus 4 into -1. The ligand has negative charge, chlorine has minus charge. So X minus 4 is equal to -2. So X is equal to 2. So tetrachlorozincate 2 and word ion. Why ion? Because this is ion. This is ion. Okay. Now non-ionic complex. So it is named as one word, writing ligand followed by metal. So what is the formula? C, ligand, metal, its oxidation number. For example, C, this square bracket, nickel, carbonyl, 4 carbonyl groups, 4 carbonyl ligands, and no charge on the sphere, on the coordination sphere. So tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Nickel has oxidation state 0, means it present in atomic state. It is not ion. Okay. So in this way, using this formula, using this formulae, we can write, we can show the names of complex compound in previous slide and names of complex ions, cationic complex, anionic complex, or neutral complex, non-ionic complex, the complex which is having no cation, no anion. Next, rules the alphabetic order of ligands. So these rules are also important. When two or more ligands are present, then they are named with alphabetic order. If 4-chloro, 2 amines, these ligands are present, then alphabetically A comes first, than C. So 2 means diamine tetrachloro, because chlorines are 4, chlorine ligands are 4. So diamine tetrachloro, these are the ligands. Means while we are writing the ligands, if it is homoleptic ligand, no problem, we can indicate by just its number, di, tri, or tetra. But when it is heteroleptic complex having more than one ligands, then for these ligands we must have to use the alphabetic order. Amine A comes first in our alphabetic ABCD, then C. So diamine tetrachloro, this is the ligand. Next rule. So these all rules we are going to follow in examples which we have to solve. Okay. Names of anionic ligands, negative ligands. So their names ends with O. So when ligands are also, some ligands are positive, some ligands are negative, and some ligands are neutral. Ammonia, water, these are neutral ligands. Cyanide, Cl, these are negative ligands because they having negative charge. Okay, so negative ligands ends with O. For example, Cl, chloro, Br, bromo, Br minus, bromo, Cn minus, cyano, OH minus, hydroxo. This is carbonate ion, 2 minus charges. So carbonato. Got it? So all these negative ligands ended with using O. Chloro, bromo, cyano, hydroxo, carbonato, etc. Nitro, nitro or nitrito. Oxalate, C2O4 minus oxalate ion. So it should be named as oxalato, etc. And neutral ligands remains same, no change. So carbonyl, NH3 amine, in this way. Except H2, water is neutral ligand, but it is known as aquo. If that ligand has ending with, see, chloride, then it becomes chloro. Carbonate, ATE. This ATE should be replaced by ATO, carbonato. Nitrite, ITE, ITO, nitrito. Okay, that here we have seen nitro or nitrito. So there are two, nitro or nitrito. Next rule, if anionic ligands or neutral molecular ligands present two or more times, then use prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. If anionic or neutral ligands, they are present two or more times, then simply di, tri, tetra, this prefixes should be used. Prefix means the word which is used before the main word, before the name of compound. So it is prefix. And what is suffix? So which is used after the name. ANE in methane, ethane. So that is suffix. Ethene, propene, butene. ENE is at the end of word. So that is suffix. So here these are suffix. Okay. If chelate ligands, what is chelate ligands? Chelate ligands are polydentate ligands. So those ligands which having more than one donor atom, they are polydentate ligand, and they are also called as chelate ligand. Chelate means crab's claw, crab, kekda. So when that crab holds certain thing, so in his claw, so crab's claw, it is called as chelate. Means more than one donor atoms, then this more than one donor atom when bonded with metal, it look like a crab's claw. Okay, so the word chelate. When it is polydentate ligand present if two times, then use prefix bis. If three times, then use tris. Four times, then tetrakis. Words should be used. Now here in this example, so this is chlorine monodentate ligand chloro and ethylene diamine. It has two donor atoms. So it is polydentate, and this polydentate ligands present two times. So actual coordination number is 2 plus 2, 4. Coordination number or ligancy is 4. But how to write the name? See, first alphabetic order C, and this is ethylene diamine. So indicate first dichloro bis. Bis before this ethylene diamine. Dichloro bis cobalt 3 chloride. This is coordination compound because it has this complex ion also as well as counter ion also. So it is neutral compound. Neutral compound. So dichloro bis ethylene diamine, or you may write here EN, cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, in this way we can write the name. See, here are some examples. So just recognize this is coordination sphere which is written in the square bracket, and outside the square bracket counter ion. So 3 water ligands, 3 ammonia ligands, amine and aquo. 3 means tri. Okay, and central metal is chromium, and this is counter ion. In this example, central metal platinum, 5 amine ligands and 1 chlorine ligand, chloro, and this is counter ion. In this third example, 2 sodium outside the coordination sphere, so this is counter ion. Central metal nickel and 4 chlorines as a ligand. FeCO5, 5 pentacarbonyl, and this is Fe, central metal. NH4 plus, this is counter ion outside the square bracket. Nickel, central metal. Oxalate 2 times. Water 2 times. This is polydentate, having 2 donor atoms. Okay, now let us see how to write their names. Now in this example, all are these compounds. This is compound, complex and counter ion, complex and counter ion, counter ion and complex. This is non-ionic complex. Non-ionic complex because this is square bracket. In square bracket, FeCO5, no charge on the coordination sphere, and this is also coordination compound because this is counter ion and this is coordination sphere. So let us see the names. Triamine triaquo chromium 3 chloride. Triamine triaquo chromium. So amine and aquo, AQ and here AM. So this will comes first in alphabetic order. So triamine triaquo chromium, we must have to find the oxidation number of chromium. So counter ion Cl3 means on dissociation it will give 3 Cl minus. To balance these 3 negative charges, it has 3 positive charges. And what is this? Charge on complex ion, it is the algebraic sum of oxidation number of metal atom or ion plus the charge on ligands plus charge on 3 ligands. So this and this both are neutral ligands. So X plus 0 is equal to plus 3. So it has oxidation state plus 3. Second, pentaamine. So this is amine ligand and this is chlorine. So pentaamine chloro, negative ligand should be ended with O. Pentaamine platinum 4, oxidation number 4, bromide, chloride, bromide, because these are outside, chloride, bromide. Third example, so in this complex compound, first indicate the cation. Now here, in this both, the first rule to write the IUPAC name of compound, indicate first cation. Now square bracket is cation, plus 3 charge, and counter ion is negative. So cation first indicated, then anion, cation, anion. Now here cation, and this complex is anion. So sodium tetrachloronickelate, because on dissociation it will give 2Na plus, and this complex having, or coordination pair having 2 negative charges. So 2 negative charges means anionic complex. While writing the name of anionic complex, we can write tetrachloronickelate. Tetrachloronickel, the suffix should be attached ate. So tetrachloronickelate, oxidation number 2. Now this is neutral ligand. Pentacarbonyl ion 0, oxidation number of Fe is 0. Here cation ammonium, ammonium diaquo. So this is aquo, diaquo. Now this is polydentate ligand. Bis, 2 means bis. Ammonium diaquo bis oxalato nickelate, oxidation number 2. See here, next. The names are given. Hexaamine iron 3 nitrate, Fe NH3 6 NO3 thrice. Oxidation number of Fe is 3. So here NO3 minus 3 negative charges, and here on square bracket 3 positive charges. So this is neutral ligand. Okay. Second example, ammonium tetrachlorocuprate. ATE means it is anionic complex. Anionic complex means counter ion should be left side. So ammonium 2 CuCl4. Next, sodium monochloropentasinoferrate. FeCl, chlorine present 1 time, cyanide present 5 times. Monochloropentasinoferrate, oxidation number of Fe is 3, because 3 Na plus and complex having charge -3. Here potassium hexafluorocobaltate. potassium hexafluorocobaltate. Okay, in this way we can write their names, means their IUPAC name, and if IUPAC names are given, we can write the structure. See this work questions. Pentaamine bromo cobalt 3 sulfate. Second, sodium tris. Why tris? Because this polydentate ligand present 3 times. So tris oxalatoferrate 3. LiAlH4. Li present, this is counter ion, and this is complex ion. So lithium tetrahydrido aluminate 3. Tris ethylene diamine present 3 times. So tris En, or you may write ethylene diamine. Chromium 3 chloride. Here it should be mentioned chloride. Okay, so it is not written. You can write here chloride because this counter ion is present. Okay. Now effective atomic number rule, and that rule is called as EAN rule. Here, when complexes are formed according to Sigwick theory, he gave a theory or one empirical rule to explain the stability of coordination compound. It is known as EAN rule, effective atomic number rule. Effective atomic number rule. This EAN equals to the number of electrons around the central metal in the complex. So central metal is bonded with ligands as well as the counter ions. So ligands donating electron pair and its valence electron, metal's valence electrons are bonded with the electrons present in the counter ion. So total how many electrons around the central metal ion, and till that those complex compounds are stable. So this stability is explained by Sigwick. So what is the statement of EAN rule? A metal continues to accept electron pairs till it attains electronic configuration of next noble gas. So the metal present in that period, the last group is of noble gases. So in that period, which is the noble gas, its electronic configuration it will achieve. Thus, if EAN equals to 18, that is of argon, 36, krypton, xenon 54, radon 86, then it is said that EAN rule is obeyed. If the total number of electrons around the central metal atoms are 18, 36, 54, 86, then it is said that EAN rule is obeyed. Now here, formula for EAN. EAN is equal to Z minus X. So this is one part, Z minus X plus Y. You know what is Z? Z is atomic number of metal. Atomic number of metal. And what is X? So number of electron lost to form metal ion to form metal atom. Lost to form metal ion from the metal atom. When metal atom loses electrons, it will convert into metal ion. So this X indicates the lost electrons. So Z minus X means the total number of electrons present on the metal cation. Okay, because Z is metal, atomic number of metal, and X means by losing certain number of electron, it possesses the cation. And what is Y? Y is nothing but the number of electrons donated by ligands. Ligands are donor. They donate lone pair of electron. One ligand donates pair of electron. So how many ligands around the central metal, and total how many number of electrons donated by ligand, that is given by Y. So En rules formula, or En is equal to Z minus X plus Y. Let us see by these examples. Now calculate EAN of ZnNH3 4 plus 2. Find whether it obeys EAN or not. Okay, let us see. The cationic complex is given ZnNH3 4 plus. Now atomic number of zinc 30, that is Z is equal to 30. In this complex, the oxidation number of metal is plus 2. It means Zn gives Zn plus 2 by losing 2 electrons. It loses 2 electrons. So it loses 2 electrons, means 2 is X, or X is equal to 2. So here that oxidation number we have calculated by our known way. It is the algebraic sum of oxidation number of zinc plus 4 into charge on ligand. So X plus 4 into 0 is equal to plus 2. So X is equal to plus 2. So Zn form plus 2. How it can form plus 2? Neutral to plus 2 means it must have to lose 2 electrons. So 30 electrons of atomic number of Zn is 30. When from this 30 electrons it loses 2 electrons, it can form plus 2 charge. Okay, and NH3 ligand is neutral. It has 2 lone pair of electron. So one ammonia donates 2 electrons to zinc. There are 4 ammonia which donates 2 into 4 electrons, that is 8 electrons. So ligands donating 8 electrons, so Y is equal to 8. So put in this formula, En is equal to Z minus X plus Y. So 30 minus 2 plus 8, 28 plus 8, it is 36, equal to argon. So 36, this complex follows or obeys EAN rule. Okay, thank you.